everyone, this is Ildiko. I am here with a project today that is a journal page, a 6 by 6 inches big journal page that is created for the challenge that is run by Rachel Black. Her YouTube channel is Rage0113 and her blog is Artful Evidence. And that is the name of the Facebook group where she has started this challenge. It's a weekly challenge, so this is first video that goes in that series. What I'm doing here is working on the background that I started with using two different colors of distress oxides. They are peacock feathers and fossilized amber, and also using distress ink. I think it's antique linen, and I stamped it on my mat, sprayed it with water, and then I picked it up with the paper and I repeated it as many times as I needed it for filling up the background. Then I used the fossilized amber colored ink to create a frame. I just quickly went around the edges with an applicator. Then I used the peacock feather colored distress oxide and a script stamp to further develop my background. And to finish the background, I add some splatters using the black Stabilo art pencil. And finally, I took out a Inkadinkado cling stamp that had a daisy image on it, and I stamped it with StazOn jet black ink on a piece of tissue paper. And right now I am going around the images with a water tank brush so I can just simply lift them out of the tissue paper. And I am creating an arrangement immediately, trying to figure out where to place everything. Once I have the right number of the flowers and the right arrangement, I take out Liquitex matte medium and I glue everything down. I go over on the top two to make sure that I seal them. This time I did not add any gesso or anything behind the images, I mean on the back of the tissue paper. I wanted to have the center to be transparent, and it's good to have an extra or two pieces. As you see, if you mess it up, you can change them immediately. I stamp an extra flower on a piece of scrap paper where I tested my distress oxides, and I'm going to use it as a pop-up element. Here I'm going over the flower petals with a white Stabilo All pencil, and that just gives enough separation from the background in color. And then when that one is done, I work on the pop-up flower. First, I edge the flower with a black Faber-Castell Pet Artist pen, and then I'm going to glue a piece of foam tape on the back of the flower with glossy accents. The tape is not very new, so I want to make sure that it doesn't fall off eventually. And I'm trying to find an arrangement, and once that one is done, I go over the flower petals with a black micron pen, Pigma micron pen, and obviously it didn't work, so I switch over to a gel pen. Then I go ahead and draw a stem for each flower. Nothing fancy, just some straight lines. And I continue with creating one more stem for the pop-up flower using again the scrap piece of paper, edging it with the black marker, and then I'm going to spend some time on gluing the foam tape behind this piece also after I attach it to the flower, just to make sure that everything is not going to fall apart. Then before I glue that in place, actually, I go ahead and add color to the flower stems. I use a blending stump and the fossilized amber distress oxide ink. I just rub it in on the stems, and I quite like the result, but it's just separated from the background too much. So I go ahead and repeat the process with the peacock feathers distress oxide ink, and it almost gives like a shaded effect to the stems, and it also separates from the background, so I quite like it. That's how I'm going to keep that part of the project. I will also use the blending stump to add a little bit of the peacock feathers ink in the background, just to make sure that the flowers stand out more. Then I take out the black gel pen and outline one more time the stems. And here comes the work on the flower that pops up, and I'm working on adding foam tape behind it, making sure that it's attached very carefully. So I'm using the glossy accents again, and I find a place for it finally on the journal page, and down it goes. Glue it in place with the glossy accents. Next step is edging the page with black StazOn ink, and then I'm going to start working on adding a sentiment. I am using a stamp from our journey that I got from Renje. Thank you so much. Her YouTube channel's name is Renje Creative. Don't forget to check her out. And then I'm using another stamp from Prima. These are tiny stamps that I got from scrapbook.com. I got a great variety of background stamps from them when they were on sale. That was like less than $2. But back to the project, after adding a touch of color to the sentiment with fossilized amber, I am going to cut it up, glue it down, and then outline it with black Stabilo R, and then the project is finished. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. See you soon with another video. Enjoy the pictures of the project. Bye bye.